Show me.
Hello everybody, Martial Arts Film Freak here, and I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm wearing a hat. Also, my buddy Eric over at the Unapologetic Geek, my YouTube great mate, has called out many of us in our little group of small YouTubers to do a series sort of discussing our favorite movie from every year we've been alive. So that's 25 movies. But here's my thing, is I'm the martial arts guy. Just like Eric over at the Unapologetic Geek is the sci-fi guy. However, Eric only chose one movie. He chose only a sci-fi movie. I'm going to go a little bit crazier because I'm not smart like him. I'm going to pick, giving myself so much more work, I'm going to pick a regular movie and a martial arts movie. So, you know, even though Eric is older than me, I'm still doing more movies than him because I'm stupid. I'm doing 50 movies. Oh, let's get to it and make this short. I'm not going to talk about these movies very long because that's doing 50 movies, and I'm not going to make this a super long video. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. 20 minutes at the most. Let's do it. Now, I will say for these movies, I did not pick the best movie from every year. My method to this was I went to Wikipedia for every year, and I scrolled through every movie that came out in every single year from 1996 to now on Wikipedia. And I kind of just, I stopped and I noted down something that I looked at, and it sparked joy in my soul. I went the Marie Kondo route. Smart woman. Sparking joy. Sparking joy is an important thing in your life. And as I saw something, I was like, sparks joy in my life, I like that when it's going in there. So that's what I did for these. So no, not a lot of these are going to be the most amazing movie in the world. They're going to be the movie that I've seen 1,000 times, or when I just look at that movie, I'm like, God, that's a good movie. I love that movie so much. That's what I picked here, and I'm explaining that to you because of my first pick here for 1996. I'm going to lead with the non-martial arts movie, and then I'm going to get into it with the martial arts movie. So 1996, regular movie, From Dusk Till Dawn. I have fun with it. It's a lot of fun. It's not the best movie of the year, but it's a lot of fun. 1996, also for martial arts movie, Police Story 4, First Strike. There wasn't a lot of options for 1996 that I could find, so I went with Police Story 4, First Strike. It's not my favorite Police Story movie, nowhere near my favorite Jackie Chan movie, but at least in terms of that year, that's the one. 1997. Now this one may be one of the best movies in 1997, and that is Good Will Hunting. I love it, all the performances, it makes me laugh, makes me cry, brings my soul a lot of joy. 1997 for martial arts movie, went with Once Upon a Time in China and America. That is the 5th or 6th, directed by Sammo Hung, starring Jet Li, Rosamund Kwan, all those people. I have a video ranking the Once Upon a Time in China films that you should go watch. I almost considered Drive, but I think that Once Upon a Time in China and America I have a lot more fun with. 1998, we're getting 2 martial arts movies. 1998, I'm going with Rush Hour. Of course, it's Rush Hour, it's a lot of fun. And I'm going with Who Am I? It's not, again, it's nowhere near my favorite Jackie Chan movie, but it's got a really good conclusion. Essentially, a majority of Rush Hour is good, and the ending of Who Am I is good. So you put them together, you got a good Jackie Chan movie. 1999, again, we're getting 2 martial arts out of this. 1999, we're going The Matrix. It's The Matrix. I don't know what you want me to tell you. And then for martial arts movie, we're sticking with Jackie Chan again, and we're going with Gorgeous. I love Gorgeous. I look at Gorgeous as Jackie Chan's swan song to Hong Kong hardcore martial arts cinema. The fight scenes in it, it's not his best movie whatsoever, but it is some incredible action. I freaking love Gorgeous. Into the new millennium, we are going with 2000 X-Men. Again, I'm just scrolling through these movies. I don't even really love X-Men that much, but scrolling through everything that came out in 2000, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I was 4 years old, and we had X-Men on DVD. Yeah, I watched that movie a lot. Now, in 2000, you also had one of the best kung fu movies ever made with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. However, I'm ignoring that, and I'm going with China Strike Force. China Strike Force. That is Mark Dacascos, a couple other people, and also Coolio. Coolio's in that movie. It's weird. It's probably a little bit dumb, but you know what? I have a lot of fun with it. 2001. So 2001, you get, I'm going with a weird choice here. Here's the weird thing, I almost said Saving Silverman, because you know what movie I've seen at least 10 times? Saving Silverman, because it played on Comedy Central, like, every day, and I watched it almost all of those days. But instead I'm going with another movie that played on Comedy Central almost every single day. It's a weird one, I know. I'm going with Joe Dirt. It's a movie I probably should not have been watching. Either of those movies I shouldn't have been watching when I was 5 or 6 years old. But I'm going with Joe Dirt. I can quote that movie so much. I love Joe Dirt. Just, it makes me so happy. The moment that springs joy in my life. Like, if any movie scene makes me happy, it's the scene where he's outside of his childhood home, and the dude who's in all those Adam Sandler movies has, like, a mush mouth, and he's like,
home and where you make it.
Yeah, you like to see homos naked. That's cool, man. Whatever.
It's hilarious. It's stupid. I can quote it. I can quote so many lines from it. You're talking to my guy all wrong. You do it again, I'm gonna smash you in the face with a soldering iron. I love it so much. It's great. Moving on to the martial arts movie from 2001, Kiss of the Dragon. It's one of Jet Li's best. It's his best American movie. It's his best English-speaking movie that's not Unleashed. I love Kiss of the Dragon a lot. 2002, I didn't see a lot in 2002 that really made me happy. I scrolled all the way to the bottom, and then I scrolled all the way to the top, and once I got back to the top, I was like, 8 Mile, whatever, I like 8 Mile. For that, we are going with maybe the best martial arts movie of that year, and that is Hero. I love Hero, I've got a lot of videos talking about it, so go watch any of those. 2003, I'm going with a movie that I have seen, maybe a movie I have seen one of the most times in my life. I can recall every scene of this film. I watched it so much as a child, I still have it on DVD. That is a movie called Grind. I love Grind. It's about skateboarding. It's stupid. It's funny. It's got a couple pro skaters in it. You get a little bit of like Mike Vallely. You got Bam Margera's got a role in that. Look, it's not a good movie, but god dang it, it's one of my favorite movies in my life. Like, you know, those got those movies that it's like, oh, this movie impacted me right here in my life. I freaking love Grind. Going with the best movie of 2003 in martial arts, that is Ong Bak. Ong Bak, of course, revolutionized martial arts. It put Tony Jaa on the world stage. It's Ong Bak. 2004, Shaun of the Dead. I'm going with Shaun of the Dead here. I like it. I love it. It's Shaun of the Dead, you know. 2004 martial arts, New Police Story. Back to Jackie Chan. The way I view New Police Story is, if Gorgeous, I like to compare it with wrestling, because I love wrestling. If Gorgeous was like Jackie Chan's retirement match from, like, you know, the hardcore martial arts action cinema, New Police Story is when he came back and was like, I got one more match in me. Yep. Retirement match Gorgeous, and then one more match, I got one more match in me. That's New Police Story. New Police Story rules. 2005, Revenge of the Sith. Look, here's the thing. I know people don't like prequels. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not part of this argument. Love what you love, like what you like. I like the prequels. I mostly do. For the most part, they're quite good. Here's the thing, though. I was also 9 when Revenge of the Sith came out. I saw them in theaters. I saw most of the prequels. I don't know if I saw episode 1 because I was 3 years old, and I probably don't remember that. I definitely saw episode 2 and 3 in theaters. And here's the thing. When you're a little kid, those movies are made for kids. I freaking loved it. I was watching wrestling. I was watching Star Wars. The prequels were great, and John Cena was the best wrestler of all time because I was 9 years old. Prequels, Revenge of the Sith in particular, pretty dang great. 2005, runner-up was Jet Li's Unleashed, but I'm going with The Protector because it is the right answer. The Protector is one of the best martial arts movies of all time. Tony Jaa, of course, again, killing it, stunting, kicking, punching. It's great. 2006, again, I'm going with a weird one. This is how I grew up. This is the things I watched when I was a kid that I probably shouldn't have been watching. 2006, I was 10 years old. Jackass number 2. One of the best theater-going experiences I've ever had in my life. I'm 10 years old. I've been watching Jackass since I was like freaking 4 years old. I watched Viva La Bam. I watched Wild Boys. I watched all that stuff. I'm sitting in the theater. I'm watching Jackass number 2. Maybe the hardest I've laughed in my entire life, and I was 10 years old, and it was great. For a martial arts movie, I'm going back with Jet Li again, going with Fearless. It's one of Jet Li's best movies of all time. It's one of the just dopest kung fu movies of all time, potentially. Fearless is great. 2007... not a lot in 2007 got me. Great year in music, not a great year in movies, in my opinion. I'm going with Order of the Phoenix. It feels good, because Order of the Phoenix is probably my second favorite Harry Potter movie. Martial arts movie, going with one not many people really like to talk about, I guess. Vietnamese movie called The Rebel with Johnny Nguyen and Veronica Ngo, or I don't remember how to pronounce her name ever. I love The Rebel. It's great. It's got a lot of fantastic martial arts in it. If you haven't seen The Rebel, I highly recommend it. 2008, of course. I mean, this one feels pretty cliche. I'm going with The Dark Knight. It's the freaking Dark Knight. Martial arts, going with Ong Bak 2. One of the best sequels of all time, and nobody likes to talk about it because Ong Bak is so good, but go watch Ong Bak 2. It's probably better. 2009, going with Bronson. I freaking love Bronson. Have you seen it? Tom Hardy's incredible. Martial arts, going with Marantau. Have you seen Marantau? It's incredible. Before there was The Raid and The Raid Redemption, there was Marantau, that group's first movie, between Gareth Evans, Iko Uwais, Yayan Ruhian. It's amazing. 2010, returning to Christopher Nolan, going with Inception. I saw Inception in theaters, and again, was one of the coolest theater-going experiences in my life. I think I saw it twice, and it blew my freaking mind. Again with The Dark Knight, I'm gonna go back to The Dark Knight on this. When I saw The Dark Knight in theaters, like, wow. The opening of freaking Jared Leto, Jesus Christ. I'm blanking on his dang name. Heath Ledger, the first time he says what doesn't kill you simply makes you, and the bass in his voice comes through. The bass in his voice says stranger. I was like, freaking my brain exploded. It was so cool. Again, same thing happened with Inception, with the entire film. Martial arts, going Undisputed 3. My introduction to Scott Adkins, and it blew my mind. Yuri Boyka is one of the coolest characters in all of martial arts cinema. Undisputed 3 rules. 2011, going with the rom-com, going Crazy Stupid Love. I love it. It's great. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's heartfelt. All the characters rule. I love it a lot. Sticking in 2011, going with martial arts movie, Shaolin. It is, potentially, maybe my top 3 favorite Kung Fu movies. Kung Fu particular, not martial arts, Kung Fu of all time. Shaolin is maybe one of the most perfect movies of all time. I have a video discussing why it should have been nominated for several Oscars. Go watch that video. Yeah, Shaolin rules, and go watch that video to hear why. 2012, look, I'm a nerd. I'm a really, really big nerd. And seeing this movie in theaters, I'm going to say this several times in this video, is one of the greatest theater-going experiences in my life. It's the Avengers. It's the first time we saw so many heroes on screen together that weren't already a team. You know, the X-Men, Fantastic Four, all that kind of thing. But heroes coming together. So many hero shots that I took my buddy, who doesn't care about superhero movies, and I kept grabbing his arm and going, ha! Because so much. The first time Iron Man blasted his ray off of Captain America's shield, and they like took out a bunch of enemies, my brain exploded. It was so cool. Like, it's just so great. 2012. Yes, so 2012. This is if it was released in the US, because I'm not counting its original release. And because 2012 was a mostly really shitty year for martial arts movies, I'm going with The Raid. Of course, it's The Raid Redemption. It's one of the coolest martial arts movies of all time. And here's the thing, I'm going to say it again. I got to see it in theaters, and I'm very proud of the fact that I got to see it in theaters. It's one of the greatest theater-going experiences in my life. Potentially what it sounds like I'm saying is I'm blessed. But yeah, it came out in 2011 in Indonesia, but it came out in 2012 in the US. And the 2012, I remember, was a really shitty year for martial arts movies. I think it bled into 2013 because what comes out everywhere else in 2012 eventually comes out the next year everywhere else. In China, Thailand, Indonesia, all that stuff. So not a lot came out in 2013, or not a lot came out in 2012, subsequently making not a lot come out in 2013, which made 2013 shitty. 2013, though, we also get another, going back to the Cornetto trilogy and what's his name? I can't think of that guy. The World's End. I love The World's End. I know people say, look, it's the worst of the trilogy. When the worst of the trilogy is like still great, it's a pretty damn good trilogy. I love it a lot. My favorite Scott Adkins movie of all time, Ninja 2 Shadow of a Tear for the martial arts. Ninja 2 Shadow of a Tear rules. You should go watch it. It is textbook awesomeness martial arts. 2014. 2014, I'm going with, for my regular movie, a movie that a majority of you watching this probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But there is a movie that came out in 2014 called The One I Love. This is a movie about a couple who are having some problems, and they are advised by their therapist to go to this not resort, but like a vacation home. It's on this whole property and everything with a pool and all that. It's nice. They get there, and what comes out are clones of themselves, and they must go off with their partner's clone and sort of find what they love about the other person. Sounds nice, sounds delightful, sounds like they're going to fall back in love with each other. But then here's the thing, those clones then have their own intentions. We got to get out of here. I want to get out of here. So let's trick them, and then we get to leave and they don't get to leave. So then it's almost kind of a horror movie. And I've got to tell you, the first time I watched it, it blew my freaking mind. I rented it from a movie store and I was so happy I did. If you haven't seen the one I love, I recommend it. You will really enjoy it. Martial arts is 2014. You know the answer. It's the Raid 2. Why should I explain myself? No, it's the Raid 2. I have a video reviewing it. 2015, God, I'm going to say it again. One of my favorite movie theater experiences of my life. Dope. I love Dope. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. 2015, I remember working at a store that was selling this movie, and I couldn't wait to pick it up. Ip Man 3. I love Ip Man 3 a lot. 2016, one of my favorite theater-going experiences of my life. It's Kubo and the Two Strings. Ah, God. When you talk about a movie that sparks joy in your heart, Kubo and the Two Strings is just maybe top 5 one of my favorite movies of all time. And then I'm following that up with a movie that you would not expect, and that is Never Back Down 3, No Surrender. There wasn't much option in 2016 from what I could tell, but Never Back Down 3, No Surrender was a big surprise. I hate the Never Back Down movies, but I've seen Never Back Down 3, No Surrender probably about 5-6 times because I really enjoyed it. 2017, get off my back, Star Wars haters. Look, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're a Star Wars fan, and I'm a Star Wars fan from my head to my toes, from my heart to my earlobes. That rhymed, right? It's The Last Jedi. I love The Last Jedi. I don't give a what you have to say about The Last Jedi. Get off my back. Get off your own dick. It's a good movie. If other people enjoy it, let them enjoy it. Get out of here. I don't give a The loudest people on the internet are the people who are the most depressed. And the most depressed hate The Last Jedi. I love The Last Jedi. 2017 martial arts movie, it's Jailbreak. There weren't a lot of options, and I didn't need a lot of options, because Jailbreak frickin' rules. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. 2018, I forgot about this movie until I saw it on the list, and as soon as I saw it on the list, it had to be on here. That is Bad Times at the El Royale. I don't know how to get into this movie without spoiling something, but it is a must-watch. It's a mystery. It's a mystery, really. That's kind of all it is. But it's a freaking good one. You got to go watch Bad Times at the El Royale. It's got a fantastic cast, brilliant cast. Martial arts movie for that year, it is again up there with like The Raid and The Raid 2 in terms of being wholly obvious. It's The Night Comes for Us. It's the perfect blend of a gore fest mixed with a martial arts spectacular, and it's on Netflix, and everybody should watch it. If you're a horror fan, if you're a horror fan, and you know you're into your gory stuff, go watch The Night Comes for Us. Oh, like martial arts movies. Yes, don't watch it for the martial arts. Watch it for the brutality. 2019, it's The Peanut Butter Falcon. If you haven't seen The Peanut Butter Falcon, it's just one of the most delightful movies you can see. If you don't know what that movie is, I don't know how to explain the plot. It's not nuts, it's not crazy, it's just down to earth, it's warm, fills your heart. Go watch The Peanut Butter Falcon. For a martial arts movie, this one again is obvious. However, you could make an argument for Weira or Triple Threat. I'm not making an argument for those excellent movies. I'm going with John Wick Chapter 3. It is the best John Wick movie. It is the one that incorporates the most martial arts. Also makes sense a lot with the character and the action because it perfectly exploits his talents and weaknesses. Perfectly, the action is brilliant. 2020, I'm going with a Netflix film called All the Bright Places. 2020 was hard to find a movie that really hit me in the soul. I have on my Letterboxd a list of every movie I watched that year. I think I watched 112 movies. And looking at that list, the one that really stuck in my brain was All the Bright Places. It's on Netflix. It's got Elle Fanning. It's got that dude who is in The Get Down, which is an amazing show on Netflix that I absolutely fell in love with. It's a really nice story. It's a depressing story. And those two actors showed that they're going to win Oscars one day. It's a fantastic film. For a martial arts movie, one that is not the most action-packed, I'm going with The Paper Tigers. I thought The Paper Tigers came out in 2021, but on Wikipedia or my list or whatever, I think it came under 2020. Yeah, 2020. It's great. I have a review on it. You should go watch it. 2021. So this one's weird because there's the normal movie and then there's a martial arts movie, but they're swapped. The Marvel movie is not the regular movie, and the one with Scott Adkins is not the martial arts movie. The normal movie is a single take action film, not a martial arts movie. However, there's one fight scene, the rest of it is all gunplay. It is an excellently put together, brilliantly paced film called One Shot. If you haven't seen it, I think it's on like Hulu maybe right now. You really need to go watch One Shot. If you're an action fan who has not seen One Shot, it's not a martial arts movie, it's just straight up action movie. It's brilliant. And then for martial arts movie, it was maybe one of the best ones to come out that year, 2021, last year. Shang-Chi. Marvel did it right. Marvel did it good. They got a bunch of Jackie Chan people. They brought in Andy Lee, brought a couple other people from Martial Club to help do with some stunt stuff. Those guys are going big places, and I'm very happy for them. But Shang-Chi, I loved the action. I loved everything about it. I have a video breaking down sort of my favorite aspect of one of the action beats that is a fantastic reference to... I'm blanking. This hat is cutting off my circulation, probably. What am I talking about? Kung Fu Hustle. Jesus Christ. It's a great scene in the film that sort of references Kung Fu Hustle that I have a video discussing that whole scene. I just love Shang-Chi. So that is my list there of 50 movies, and I got it, I'm looking at my time here, in 23 minutes, so I'm pretty happy about that. I can probably edit this deck down to like 18 or something. I don't freaking know. I try not to stop too much, and I try to not leave too many places for me to have to edit around. But those are all the movies that I loved in every single year I've been alive. Are they my favorites right now? Sure. Will they be my favorite tomorrow? Probably not. I'm that kind of guy. You can't ask a movie nerd, what's your favorite movie of all time? Look, I'm gonna give you one answer today. I'm gonna give you another answer tomorrow. It's the same thing. Like, I hate seeing like Facebook posts that are like, "What's a movie you've seen 10 times?" I'm a fucking film nerd. Every movie I've seen at least 30. So you can't ask me that question. Yeah. So that's the video. Go watch Eric's. Eric did a fun one discussing only sci-fi films because he's smarter than me, although he is a little bit older, so he had to do almost as many movies. He is also going to put together a playlist of all of our friends who do this video, so you can go watch theirs. That is what you should go do, and what I'm going to do is go watch a movie so I can write something on it, because that's what I do with my time. I have fun, though. I love martial arts movies. That's my favorite thing in the world. Or wrestling, or Star Wars. I'm a nerd in general. I read comic books. Let's discuss all those things. What is your favorite movie that I watched, or that is my favorite movie of every single year I've been alive? In the comment section down below. Tell me those things. Down there is what it's meant for. Don't forget to follow me and like things on social media. Martial Arts Film Freak on Facebook page. Tristan_Glover_ on the Twitter, Martial Arts Film Freak on TikTok and Instagram. Yes, that is right. I am working on a merch store for some stuff. This shirt I'm actually wearing right now says Kung Fu Cinema, and then it has a TV with the Golden Harvest logo. Then it says enter my dojo. I'm working on some merch. It's like a prototype shirt. So if you're interested in those merch things, also tell those things in the comment section down below. And I'm letting this video go on for too long. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.